have a chance to be in the Olympics next year.
Yes, and then they're going to play the perennial rivals, Egypt, in the final, because Egypt is not a very easy team to beat as well. In fact, they're the ones who give Kenya all the problems all the time. Yeah,
always. Yeah. And Kenya and Egypt, is one game that anyone wants to watch. And I think Kenya, of course, has come from distance. And at least, one thing that I would like to see, Bernard, is to have more young athletes, more younger players. Because if you look
at the volleyballers.
The volleyballers.
Then you have to go to Kwanzanze Secondary School. I've been talking about Kwanzanze. People started telling me I have a special interest in Kwanzanze. That's because they produce good volleyballers. They were even there at the East Africa Ball Games.
And you see, what would be very important, especially for the national team, they should be able to identify those schools who are performing very well so that they can go and do the scouting and be able to pick them. Because without the juniors, without the young ones, who can be there? Because look, what I would like to see in the Kenyan volleyball, especially for women, is to have a blend, just like the same thing that we have in athletics. You have the young guys that they will be learning and then they will be going to the next stage.
Okay. Yeah. The other good thing that happened, of course, is the fact that Kenya Volleyball Federation held elections. We have talked before about that on this show, about the elections that had taken so long. And then again, with the demise of the chairman, God rest his soul in peace, it necessitated elections, and this time they were done. And the results were in favor of the man who was still holding brief for it, and Charles Nyaberi then was elected the president. Now, just the good thing, Captain, is the fact that there was an election, and now it is very, constitutional that it has been constitutional that he has been elected. So no more talk about, the elections and all that. Paul Bitok becomes the deputy president. I know you have all. Do you have the other results as well?
Not necessarily. Really,
okay, but they're here actually. And there is the vice president, Kenneth Tonui. And,
something that will be interesting, as we mentioned this one, and I think Vice President Gender Minority is Waweru. And I think, it was very important for the federation, the Volleyball Federation, to do this election because it is in confirmation with the 2013 Sports Act. Because without that, then it becomes a huge problem. And I think we have the Secretary, John O'Gara.
Yeah, I think it's very good. And because they've been talking a lot about it. So once the elections have been done, now they are in office. Bernard Musumba is the secretary. Moses Mbuthia is the deputy. Bernard Musumba is the treasurer. Mbuthia is the deputy treasurer. Sports organizing secretary is John Oronje. So these are the confirmed results of that election. Committee members, James Gatwiria, Philip Mayo, and Nedi Kilimo. And then they also had the athletes representatives and sports representatives. Deputy Sports Organizing Secretary Alfred Ruto, Chedo Tum, and they also had the committee members Gaturia, Mayo, and Nedi Kilimo. Right, so let's take a little break now. When we come back, we'll be talking a little bit about the CAF and Confederations League games that are going to be played soon, and also a little bit on the English Premier League. Meanwhile, I am still looking at your tweets. The question actually was not a question, but just a comment that I asked you to give me on Faith Kipyegon, whether you think she's the greatest athlete of all times. At Bernard Otieno, no, rather, at Bernard_sports, at Wilfred Bungay. That's where our Twitter handles are at. We'll be back after a break.